Okay, fine, just... Justice! Okay, so, Dragon Ball Super Episode 82. This is going to be a big one. This was pretty fucking kick-ass, if I do say so myself. And it really gave us the thing that we wanted and that we didn't think we were going to get. Is going to be a pretty intense Goku fight, you know? Not that... it was in a weird position because... Bergamo from Universe 9, if he would have been a threat against Goku, that kind of would have, like, skewed things a little bit differently, you know, if it was like, okay, here's Universe 9, not really that strong, you know, and then all of a sudden Bergamo comes out and he's like a serious threat for Goku, so we knew that was going to be an easy win, so we got what we finally wanted. We got a pretty decent fight here between Toppo and Goku. I was under the impression it wasn't going to be a really serious fight, but I was fucking wrong, like, just really seriously wrong. They go at each other like crazy. Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, Toppo's using his weird abilities. His ki, it's red, and I thought they were going to touch upon that at least a little bit, because that was kind of a big issue with, in the opening scenes too, you know, see that red ki coming off of Jiren, and he's mentioned in this episode, but we don't see him yet, but you know, that red ki coming off of Jiren, and then, you see, Goku also has the ability to use that reddish power when he uses Kaioken, so when he uses it, it's like, I don't know if it's, because it was very similar, a lot of red in this episode, a lot of red energy being thrown around. Okay, well, Toppo's thing is he's a Pride Trooper. He's the leader of the Pride Troopers, so he's all Super Sentai with it. In fact, a lot of the music that was even used in this episode is very Super Sentai, kind of like triumphant, you know, like, so... Toppo has a variety of attacks. They all proceed with the word justice. You know, he gets all fired up with the crazy-ass poses, which, by the way, at first it was, like, annoying, because I was like, okay, I know who this character is. I know what Toppo is going to be. He's going to be the character that's just going to constantly go on and on about righteousness and justice. I am the leader of the Pride Troopers. I will carry on the will of the 11th dimension or universe, and I will fight for what is right, and you just go on and on and on, and I'm like, oh, god damn it, really? But after, I gotta be honest with you, after about 5 minutes, it looped back around. I don't know if it's just because... I'm just a hyper motherfucker, but I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm getting into it. Justice, yeah, sure, why not, right? A few of his attacks, justice, he shouts, justice on, I shit you not, justice on, and then he jumps at Goku. First thing he does is he jumps right on top of him, fucking clamps both of his feet right on Goku's head, and then spins him around like a fucking crazy-ass top with a beard, and that's Justice Tornado. You know, and of course this is in Japanese, so it's the really cool Justice Tornado! And then he has Justice Crusher, where he grabs Goku's arm and then crushes it so much with his hand, those big-ass giant meat hooks he's got, grabs him, crushes his arm, dislocates his shoulder. Now, Goku's only in Super Saiyan in this form. Just most of this first half of this fight, he's just in Super Saiyan. Fucking cringy moment for me, anyway. Goku just gets free of his grip, and then, like, his arm's dislocated, so he just, like... pops it back into place. I'm like, ah. But it's very clear that he doesn't stand a chance against Toppo just in regular Super Saiyan, to the point where he does this attack called the back naked crusher or something it's called, or Justice back naked crusher or something, and you know, gets him into a fucking body lock and just begins to, like, just literally crush his bones. That's when Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue and the fight really gets kicked off seriously. But it's very clear, it's very painfully clear that Goku is, at the very bare minimum, on the same level of Toppo, but I would see the way this fight played out that Goku is slightly stronger while in Super Saiyan Blue. He's slightly stronger than Toppo. Near the end of the fight, he goes into his Kaioken form, which he must have a better control over that, because didn't he say, like, during Universe 6 tournament, didn't he say it was like a 10% fail, like a 10% success rate or something with that? Now he's used it twice in a row against Bergamo and now here. So very clearly he's improved either the odd, like he can do it perfectly now every time, or like the odds of it have improved maybe to like a 50-50, 60-40 kind of deal. But he goes full power, launches a Kaioken, and Toppo was able to resist it. To the point where all the other gods thought that he killed him, but he was able to resist it. His uniform got damaged a little bit, and of course Toppo is like very similar to the Ginyu Force. It's like, you damaged our uniform! It's like damaging our pride! I'm like, oh, I get it, Pride Trooper, okay. So, yeah, they're about to basically just maim each other, going up full power there. That is when the Grand Priest intervenes. Yay, let's have a little segment on these review shows. Let's have a segment where we go into, like, here's more proof the Grand Priest has, sinister motives and is an evil fuck. Let's go with that little segment. Okay, so the Grand Priest, here's what he does. He's looking at Toppo and Goku, and they're both powering up to insane degrees, and they're ready just to jump at each other, right? And the Grand Priest is just kind of giving this look like, yeah, can't have this. Guys, stop. So, of course, they stop for a second, and then Zeno is like, why are you stopping it? And the Grand Priest, this is his explanation. He's like, oh, well, if they keep going at the rate they are now, they could die. And if they died, then the tournament would be ruined. And I'm sitting there like, fuck you. Fuck you, you evil piece of shit. Okay, okay, and then the tournament would be ruined. So, once again, baiting Zeno, because it's like, oh, wait, you mean if we wait for the tournament, it'll be even more exciting? And Grand Priest is like, yup, yes, it will be. And Zeno is like, oh, okay, then let's wait. And I'm like, as you command, Lord Zeno. I'm like, fuck you. Like, there's gonna be 80 warriors in this tournament. Goku's a strong cookie, we all know that. Toppo's a strong, I don't know, rice cake, I guess. It's all right there, but come on now. 78 other warriors, there's not going to be a single one that's going to be at least on the level of Goku that's going to have an interesting fight. So the Grand Priest's explanation of, oh, if these two are like really important, if they die, then the whole tournament's just ruined for you, Zeno. But and it pissed me off even more because then Goku, after they announced that Zeno, says stop, and the Grand Priest is like, well, he said so. Goku powers down, and he's like, well, if that's what Zeno says, then I guess we gotta do it. I'm like, that's not what he said. He would let you. Okay, fine, fair enough. But that concludes this week's The Grand Priest is a Sinister Fuck segment. Okay, so, going beyond the actual fights, Toppo's opinion of Goku has not changed at all. I thought it was going to be one of those situations where Goku, fights against Toppo, and then Toppo, he's like, I need to fight against you to see if you're truly evil. And so Goku fights against him, gives it all he has, and at the end of the fight, Toppo still thinks that he's not a good guy. He's still evil. They try to shake hands, and Toppo's like, nope, I'm not gonna shake your hand. He doesn't swat it away, but he just turns his back and walks away. And he says that, this is an interesting point, very interesting. He's like, even if I don't want to bring joy to you. So maybe he did improve his opinion of Goku a little bit. I didn't want to bring joy to you, but I am not the strongest in Universe 11. That is actually my comrade, my faithful, loyal friend, Jiren, the Gray. He is the strongest. And of course, Jiren is the guy that fights against Goku in the opening, right? And so it was the big thing. It was really confused because apparently those two were mixed around. So I don't know what the whole story is here. If this was originally supposed to be Jiren and then Toppo was supposed to be the strongest or vice versa. But we know Toppo is the leader of the Pride Troopers. And yet, despite him being the leader, he's actually not the strongest. So that's a pretty cool spin you have on it. And then Jiren is the actual strongest warrior in Universe 11. And even Toppo confirms this to the Universe 11 Supreme Kai. Kai. His name is actually Kai. Does that bug anybody else? It gives me like an OCD just thing. The Supreme Kai from Universe 11 is actually literally named Kai. And then you had Vermouth or Boomurf or whatever his name is, the Bermund, the Universe 11 God of Destruction. And then actually, the Universe 11 Angel was actually named in this episode. The one with the cute girl with the pigtails, Margarita or Margareta. I feel like they're trying to say Margarita because it's alcoholic drinks, So she is the Universe 11 Guardian Angel. I think that's the only one we've actually named other than Vados and Whis. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, they've even confirmed, like, can you beat Goku? And Toppo's like, I do not know if I can beat him, but even if I can't, Jiren can. So that's going to be cool to fight later on. Okay, so next, when is the tournament going to be held? We thought it was going to be a few, we'll give you a few weeks to go get. You have to gather 10 warriors all around the universe. It's going to take a little while. Yeah, you guys got 40 hours. in your crazy messed up, like, on the 3,967,322,000th day, or some shit like that. Yeah, that translates out to, you got 40 hours, bitch. Less than 2 days finding the top 10 best warriors in your entire fucking universe. 2 days, barely, not even that, 40 hours. Have fun. And so the Grand Priest begins constructing the arena, which is all CG shit, you know, like shapes floating in the air and coming together, like he's playing some massive game of Tetris. So once again, by the way, this is not something that is like, just like, I say 40 hours, you know, you might be thinking like, oh, it's 40 hours to humans. That might seem like a short amount of time, but to gods is surely enough time. No, every one of the gods and the Supreme Kais and the gods of destruction, all of them were like, that's like no time. We have no time to get this shit done. So I think that's something else that's queuing up for the Grand Priest. Something, you know, they're giving them so less time to get this on. He's just like, okay, let's do this. Come on, I want to hurry up and get my master plan underway quickly now, quickly. So, anyway, yeah, they have less than 40 hours to get this shit done. So that would probably explain why not a lot of other fighters from Universe 7, like, because you figure the entire Universe 7, you'd figure there has to be, most of these fighters are coming from Earth. Yes, granted, Majin Buu did not come from Earth originally, and Tien can't even really be considered a human, but they're still coming, and of course Piccolo is a Namekian, but they're all currently living on Earth, and that's the reason. They just don't have time. You know, you'd think that maybe the Supreme Kai with his abilities could be able to be like, okay, there's a really strong fighter in that quadrant, I'm gonna go zip over, instantaneous movement, grab him and bring him back. But hey, maybe it is just, I find it hard to believe that the top 10 best fighters are on Earth, and there's nobody else in the universe that even could hold a candle, but whatever. Monaka, why don't you bring Monaka on board? He's obviously the strongest. I mean, god damn. But yeah, so their next episode is probably going to be the adventure where, actually, next episode, Bola is going to be born, or Bra, whatever you want to call her. Bola was in GT well, not just GT, she was born at the end of Z, but Bola was the English translation of that. Bra is going to be born next episode, so that's going to be pretty cool. And of course, after that, Vegeta can join up. He's like, I'm not going to join this tournament when Bulma's about to get, you know, about to give birth to our new child, but I will join this tournament right after our child has just been born. Okay, whatever, Vegeta, I don't give a fuck, but just get in the tournament, Vegeta, I don't care. Fight the Teletubby, whoever that was that you were fighting in the intro. Let's see, Roshi, Tien, 18 and 17, their episode is coming up, reuniting with 17. Obviously, Buu and Gohan. A few scenes with Gohan here. Probably the most interesting scene with Gohan was when Toppo and Goku were really gearing up to fight here. Gohan had this feeling, he's like, I guess I really am half Saiyan because my blood is kindly boiling. You know, I can tell that Toppo is a really strong guy fighting against my dad. So that was a pretty cool scene with him. We even get some cool Mr. Satan moments in this episode. Animation quality, I just want to bring this up as a little side note. Animation on Beerus's face seemed a little bit weird at certain points. Am I the only one that caught that? Sometimes he was kind of looking like Scooby-Doo. I don't know if I was the only one that viewed it like that, but whatever. Also, funny scene with Beerus is at the end of the episode when they leave the tournament grounds and they go back to the sacred world of the Kais in Universe 7, and they're trying to figure out what to do. You know, Whis is like, oh, you guys better stop arguing and get on it because you don't have a lot of time. And Beerus is like, oh, I guess that's so great for you, Whis, because you get to live no matter what. And Whis is like, I was sent here as a guide at first from that side of it, like that side of the world, like the Zeno's palace. I was sent here as a guide. And then Beerus is like, oh, so you're an angel when it's convenient and you're a guide when it's convenient. So I'm interested in that little dichotomy there, like what the main difference is. And next of all, Beerus, you know, says, oh, Grand Priest is your dad, right? So bribe him so we don't lose. And Whis is just like, that's so, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. Hurry up and get you only have like 39 something hours. Get it done, okay? Go. So Whis is not going to be big help here. None of the angels are really going to give a fuck here. So don't expect that at all. But yeah, that's the end, and it's really shaping up to be something really, really unique, I feel, in the Dragon Ball lore, you know, because this is something that is obviously very different, not just the structure of the tournament, but also the characters that are going to be utilized here. Obviously, Universe 11 is going to be kind of the focal point, but I really hope this doesn't turn into something where it's like, okay, here's Universe 7 and it's Universe 11. You can kind of disregard everybody else. I really hope it isn't that. I hope we get even maybe, even a few episodes focusing on like other universes, like the hot Egyptian girl or the Kai with the glasses or the Iron Man robot dude. I don't know. Give us something. I just don't want this to turn out to be like a universe, like, okay, all the other universes got eliminated off screen. Now it's Universe 7 versus Universe 11. I really hope it's something more than that, don't you? Of course you have Universe 6. Oh, my God, I'm so glad I remembered this. Ciampa's one line in this episode amounts to this. It's fucking great. When they're saying 10 warriors from each universe, Ciampa's like, I wonder if Hit has 9 other brothers he didn't tell us about. So, like Hit's the only one that's worth a fuck. So let's see if we can have 9 of those. And Vados is just like, you're an idiot. We have to go. And then they left. That was kind of funny. That was pretty funny. As for Universe 6, though, we know Frost is going to be reappearing. Cabba's coming back. Maybe Cabba has access to a Super Saiyan God, maybe other Super Saiyan forms. Remember, Super Saiyan God is achieved when a bunch of Super Saiyans with righteous hearts get together and they make the God. Now, considering that there's a reformed Saiyan race in Universe 6, and the race still exists, that's actually going to be probably easier to do. If they could figure out some way, if they just learn how the process of creating a Super Saiyan God, they could do it easy squeezy lemon peasy. Because, they don't have to worry about not having enough Saiyans. They don't have to worry about Saiyans not having pure hearts. They'll be good to go. So Cabba could very well be a Super Saiyan God. And then, of course, Hit is coming back. And Hit's a badass. We already know he's a badass. I don't know if the other ones like Vegeta and the Winnie the Pooh dude is going to be coming back. I don't know. But they're going to need 5 more. Even if they bring the same fighters from Universe 6, they're still going to need 5 more. So I'm sure we're going to see some 6 fighters. That'll be cool. But as for that, we still have, 2, 3, 4, 9. It's going to be a lot of universes. I hope we focus on them a lot more. But yeah, overall, very solid episode, very solid fight. Really getting me pumped up with all the different expressive moves that Toppo used and shit like that. Very clear though that Goku in his full power state is a little bit stronger than him. But this is of course more of a setup for the Jiren fight that we're going to get. That's going to be Goku's big fight in the tournament. And then of course you have the Grand Priest of course doing his sinister shit in the background. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that obvious shit. And, let me know if you want to keep me doing these, because these are getting really great reception. So, whatever. If you want to hear some spazzy, cringy white kid talk about Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, I'm all for that. So, thanks for watching, guys. This will be Tekking101 signing out. Justice off.